What is going on, everybody? Down South 77 here again. Welcome back to 3-Star Draw, an adult collector channel where we usually focus on G.I. Joe, primarily G.I. Joe Classified, and every now and then along the way I'll pick up some other stuff that I'm into, like to do a video on it, show you guys, just give you an idea of other stuff I like besides G.I. Joe. Today, however, we are talking about some G.I. Joe because I just got this hot, rare, exclusive, awesome 2-pack that just come out. Everybody's looking for it. Nobody can find it. Talking, of course, about number 126, Tiger Force Roadblock and Tripwire. There they are in hand. Can you believe that I've actually got these things? Can you believe I've actually got these things? Patience paid off. These things are, this 2-pack is rotting on the shelves at Target. Like I figured it was going to. I called this one and I played clearance chicken with this set because it's not really something I need, but it is G.I. Joe, so it is something that I want. I've been waiting on it to get marked down, going clearance. I don't know if they're calling it a clearance. I think it is. It is on sale at Target right now. They had it, it's I think it's $38.40, I think, online right now. So you know what that means is it's just going to go till it hits the bottom. And when it hits the bottom, you're not going to be able to find it anymore. So I went ahead and pounced because this is Target Circle Week and they're having the special where if you spend so much, you get so much off. And I just happened to pick this up when I found Road Pig yesterday. I was hoping it would work out that way. For once, something actually did. So I really like this Roadblock, and I gotta say, from what I can see of Tripwire, it does look a lot better in person, but I didn't really need this. But you know, I like Roadblock. Roadblock's my favorite Joe. Gotta have the Roadblocks. I was gonna pick it up one way or another. Anyway, waiting paid off in this case. I do not recommend it for like mainline stuff, but you know, sometimes it works. So let's go ahead and check these guys out. I don't think that there is a whole ton of new ground to cover with these figures other than just maybe some of the going over some of the deco and the tampos, seeing how they move out of the box. And there is one particular thing about this set that's kind of exclusive to this set in a way, and we're looking at it right there. I think that was a lot of people's reason to even buy this set, and that's why I almost ordered it but decided to wait. So I'm interested to get that out and see how he looks with his real weapon. There's what they look like firsthand. The pictures of these guys really don't do them justice. They do look a little bit better in person than I was expecting. Tripwire's helmet is a little askew there, but Roadblock's tripod there goes on the back here. So I'll go ahead and get them out and get all their stuff out. But when you pop them out of the box, there's what you see. Got these guys out there with all of their respective stuff. So let's go ahead and take a look at Tripwire. Helmet was a little there we go. His helmet was kind of wonky there in the packaging. So getting him out here, I must say that he does look much better in person than he did in all of the pictures. This is more of a maroon color. Keep forgetting to turn this extra light on so we can see colors. This is more of a maroon, like a burnt brown kind of color. It really stands out a little bit more. The thing about these Tiger Force figures is the colors are just so, like, none of the patterns seem to match. Like, if you're going to give the guys outfits and make them part of like a special ops unit, at least make the colors, you know, similar. Like, none of them look alike. So he moves pretty well out of the package. A little tight, a little stiffness on the knees there. Everything looks good. I do really like Tripwire. He was in my top 10 last year for figures of 2023. I like the support guys that might not always get a lot of combat or get a lot of glory, but they're the guys that are clearing the way for everybody else. I always like those kind of guys, like toll booth engineers and things like that, because this guy's got an important job. Talked about it before. Um, so I really do like Tripwire. We'll see how he compares to the original. And we're really just looking at the decos here. So they painted the knee pads. This is the same color gray on his thigh armor and his vest. Now I do have the other vest on Tripwire. I've got the heavier vest on it. So I'm assuming if this one had it, all of this would be Tiger, maybe down through here. So on this regular version of Tripwire, all this is just this gray. Vest is removable. Very hard to get those little buttons snapped back in there, those little mushroom pegs. But so on here, we got to talk about the armor because it looks like he is wearing Tiger Force Speedos. I've got this same underwear. At least they did not continue it around to the back. It is just his armor painted up, or his padding. So, but from a distance, I mean, that was the big joke about this set was, it looks like he's wearing bikini briefs. I do have to say it looks better in hand, but what is missing if you're going to do this is they should have done it here too. They should have done it on the thigh armor. At least it would flow a little bit better, hit something else. The back here, anything, the smooth parts of this, anything, hit it with that Tiger application to spread it out and make it look more uniform, more even, I guess. That's really all I can say is, I don't know, it looks better in person, but it's still just, I mean, you can't miss it. It's like he's fixing to head off to a parade somewhere, isn't it? But overall, honestly, it's not as bad as I thought it was going to be seeing it in person. Get his helmet off, make sure his face looks good. I do like this face sculpt for him. He's just like a basic, regular dude. He's just like a everyday kind of guy, and he looks relatively young. So I do like that face sculpt. It's not, it's real simple. Oh, there goes something. Always got to drop something, don't we? A pretty simple face sculpt. I do like it. It's kind of like a everyman kind of face sculpt. So comparatively, helmet's a little bit darker. The goggles on the helmet are dark, whereas here they're kind of the same gray. I like the accents that they've done with him. I like the little bit darker helmet, but I mean, this is our original Tripwire. And I didn't do a review on this Tripwire because I had him before I was actually doing reviews, before I started my channel. So I can't link to it or anything because I never actually did one. That was kind of the idea of my Limelight series, which I am woefully behind on. I got to get back to doing those, but it just seems like there's always so much new stuff to do. So we do have darker green on MacLeod, the disposal robot. Do have the tiger there. I like it. I mean, it's pretty basic. I do like this little thing. It's cool and it packs up, so he can carry it with the handle, which you can get like his You can barely get the fingers in there. It does not hold it well. But really, all they did was cast this in green, and they did slap the tiger on the back or on the side of it. So you get two mines. And it just kind of sets in there, and that articulates. You know, you guys have seen tripwire, so we're really just looking at the paint differences here. Um, Backpack on this guy is yellow, whereas this one is the green. And they did not do the silver button on the center of the knob, on the, I guess, the trigger for the mine. They left that green on this one. Not really that big of a deal. I actually think I like the green backpack better, but again, this is your OG tripwire, so it kind of had to be that color. But I do like this, and it looks, I can't tell if it's a trick of my eye on the paint as to whether the paint is, I think it's just a trick of my eye where it's blending with the green, because it almost looks like it's missing around the edges. But I don't think that's the case. Get a little overspray down there. I mean, no big deal. Does have one of the mines already in here. These are things are very hard to get out. Everybody, when they got this tripwire, first thing a lot of us did was stick the mine in there, and it's been there since. So I've never even actually tried to dig it out. I figure it's just easier to stay in there that way. This is one of the better fitting backpacks in this entire line, is the one that comes with tripwire. And get his detector there, which, as you can see, has been hit with some yellow around the handle for it. Green on this one. Pretty much everything that was green on the original is done in yellow on this one. Not a huge fan of the weapons and various things that are held from the top, these top handles, because they never really seem to fit right. Not too bad there. But overall, he's not nearly as bad in person as I was afraid he was going to be. He looks much better. So there's Tripwire. Keep all this stuff together. Oh yeah, he does have a pistol. Forgot to mention the pistol because it was over there underneath stuff. So it is green. It's just this basic pistol. Not really much to it. I think the looks like the grip is a little bit darker green. Other than that, no real paint apps or anything on there. It's just your bare bones pistol that we've seen, probably have seen it 100 times at this point. They need to introduce some new pistol sculpts badly. I'm a pistol guy, and I really would like to see some new pistols brought into the line. And there is his controller. Again, you don't get any screen or anything on this one either. It'd been a lot cooler if you did. So let's go ahead and take a look at Mr. Marvin here. So this is a repaint of the best roadblock that we've got, probably ever will get. This heavy artillery roadblock that for some reason came with this ridiculous minigun instead of this 50 cal. I don't know if maybe they didn't have the licensing rights, or who knows, who knows. But not packaging this figure with this weapon was a huge misstep. Doesn't take away from the figure itself. It's still a very good figure. Love this roadblock figure. We'll see what they did with the paint. His harness does fit kind of loose on this guy. It kind of rides up. You see they changed some of the paint apps here. The harness is green. Green on the pouches. Grenades are black, whereas I think they're gray here. Looks gray. I don't know, the light in here is funny. So his holster, black on the original, green on this one, matches his web gear, and This looks like this is a little bit darker green. I can't tell. It's that trick of the light. Again, you'd think as much light as I have in this room, I'd be able to tell. So just see how he moves. Um, Now, I do already feel like I'm not crazy about paying $55 for two figures. I think they're overpriced. They do give you a lot of stuff with this figure. Is it me, or does it look like that pin is not in all the way on his arm? His arm looks funny. Not funny, haha. I don't think this pin is all the way through. It's not really affecting the articulation. So, oh well. But looks like he's going to move pretty good out of the packaging. And he does not match Tripwire. Tripwire is a little bit darker. Not much, just a shade. It's just barely noticeable. But Tripwire, I don't even know if it shows up on the video. Tripwire seems like he's just a little bit darker. These guys match better than most of the rest of Tiger Force does, though. I will tell you that much. So he does come with the same helmet. Got the nice bright yellow on top. Nothing says hiding and sneaking around in a jungle like a bright yellow helmet. Can't tell. Paint up there looks it's a little sloppy up there. Yeah, a little paint there. Not really, you can't even really tell down here. You can't really see it, but it is there. He moves well. This roadblock also moves well. So I'm glad he's pretty much the same, same figure, same everything with him. And he does have one, just notice that he has one painted knee, like he's wearing a brace there. On this side, it just matches his pants, but it looks like he's wearing that over it. That's an odd detail. I don't know if the original Tiger Force Roadblock had that or not. I didn't have original Tiger Force Roadblock. Matter of fact, I didn't have any Tiger Force when I was a kid. Boots are the same. Paint app's a little bit different. You got dark green and gray, whereas you got gray and black here. And of course, he does have the camo. You want to use him without the helmet. As weird and funky as the helmet is, the camo looks even kind of weirder and funkier. Is he trying to tell if he's the same shade? I feel like there's a lot more detail in the face on this one, on the Tiger Force. It just seems like it's a lot clearer, and that could be that the paint process has improved. What do you guys think? I think this one is definitely a little bit clearer. They both look good. Not that this one looks bad, but so maybe that is one thing that actually has gotten better, is they're able to do better detail. He can look way up, so he is able to get that pose. And you can't do that with this roadblock, but you can do it with that one. He's got that new neck ball in there with that joint on it. So that's what's missing from a lot of these figures, is they're not able to really look up. A lot of the snipers and things don't really have the articulation where you can get them in some lying down poses. And that was one problem with the 50 cal. Go ahead and take a look at his backpack, because he does finally come with his backpack. Got your chef up there. I think that's really cool that they did the chef on it. Just neat. That's his secondary specialty. Backpack looks really good. Now, will it go in? That's a long backpack peg. That's the way most of them need to be. Oh, that's nice. That ain't going anywhere. That is how they all need to be. They definitely nailed that on this guy. That's for sure. So he does come with his Desert Eagle. And a good choice for roadblock. You see some figures in some lines come with Desert Eagles, and you know, like there's no way you're gonna wield that. So the original gray and black with this guy, plastic sounds different too. You can tell they changed the plastic on this. So he does come with it, but a lot of these figures and lines that come with Desert Eagles, like, and you are only going to get, I think, eight shots with one of those, and maybe an extended magazine. You might get 10 with it, maybe 11. I don't remember. But I guess if you are carrying this backpack full of ammo and you're carrying a 50 caliber heavy machine gun and you run out of all of that, I guess them last 8 or 10 bullets you better make count. So that's what we've been needing. That was what was missing. I think this right here is what sold a lot of this set. It's him being able to carry that weapon just like that. When I first saw this, that was the first thing I noticed was, oh, they actually gave him his Maldives. So you got his ammo. We'll feed in here. Just kind of plug in. And I'm guessing just goes into the feed right there. That side don't have the tab. Maybe the tab goes in here. I think the tab goes in there. That looks a little better. Just loop it around. Now that's Roadblock. This is what I needed in Roadblock, and was still the main reason that I wanted to go ahead and pick this set up. Get imposed a little bit with it, because you're gonna have some balance issues with him when he's got all this on. That is not at all how you'd stand with that thing, but you get the gist. So he looks really good with that weapon. I'm glad they finally gave it to him. I do have a gridiron. Oh, but I actually have it zip tied on somebody right now because it does not have a peg. So good looking figure. Go ahead and we'll throw this on the tripod real quick. And I will say, so when we first got this 50 cal, we got it the action soldier, and the vamp has, for some inexplicable reason, dual 50 cals on it, and it is awful on both accounts. That is actually one thing that made me say, well, if that's the way they're going to do that weapon, I'm going to pass on this set, because that one is really flimsy on both accounts. It's awful. And it's like, well, if that's the way we're going to get that weapon, then I'm just going to have to wait on it. But this one is a much stronger plastic. On the back of the box, they got him laying down and kind of looking up. So he actually can lay down and look up and fire it. I do not like seeing that white stress on the plastic when I have to put their fingers in it. Trying my best. Some of these guys, man, their fingers are so, plastic on their fingers is so tough. They should be completely pliable to a point. Some of them are, some of them aren't. It's just, man, trying to get it in there. Okay. He's driving a little car. You actually can get him into a firing pose. That's really sloppy, but I mean, that's not too bad for what it is. I'm just happy that he can look up while he's firing. That makes a big difference in doing pictures and things like that. So I am rather impressed with that new neck that they put on there. Let's see if we can. I don't know if the ammo belt is going to extend that far. Doesn't. Man, it's going to be close. Getting it in so it looks like they're feeding right and getting plugged back in back there. You can get the idea with it. It's going to be really, really hard to do. Probably mess around with it and get it in there. I'm not going to fool with it too much more just for the sake of the video. So not too bad, actually. It's a better set than I was expecting it to be. One other note that I must mention here for this set is, why did we not get Tiger Force Absara? We got the robot. Would it have been just too much for him to throw a little tiger print on her little harness there? Maybe gray her up a little bit, make her a little grayer around the muzzle and the paws, like, you know, she's seen some stuff, man. Because I love Absara. Absara is the best stationary, non-articulated pet or companion that we've got yet, I think. Sorry, Polly. Tiger Force Roadblock and Tripwire, you guys. Did you pick them up? Or are you going to go pick them up now that you can get them at Target downtown with the discount? What do you think? Getting them on clearance if you can, not a bad set. If you don't like Tiger Force, which I'm not crazy about Tiger Force myself, but I do have the rest of them, so I'm just trying to fill in the shelf. Not too shabby. They're repaints. They're what they are. I'm going to give these guys, I'm going to give the set, give them a 3.75 yeehaws out of 5, because they are really good repaints. They're just really unnecessary repaints for me, but they are done really well. And for all the hate that both of them got, they look a lot better out of the package. I prefer the classic look on them, but depending on which side of the coin you look at, this is also a classic look. These guys are not that much older than their counterparts. So what do you think? Did you pick them up? You gonna pick them up? You need them? Let me know down in the comments. Guys, if you like this review, I appreciate you hit that thumbs up and that like and that subscribe if you're not already. All that good stuff really helps out in that algorithm. And I will see y'all next time on 1, 2, 3 star draw.
you.